Hello guys, how are we all doing? We're going to be reacting to the, obviously, you guys can tell what we're going to be reacting to. We're going to be reacting to the new Hunter Hullabaloo. The only kind of spoilers that I have had is that he might have a lot of abilities and that he might be overpowered. So I'm very curious to see what he's about. If you haven't already, make sure you go and give Skushenka some love. Skushenka's nearly at 45k. We need to get Skushenka there, so go and give them some love, go and subscribe, go and give them a like and stuff. Skushenka does a lot of work to make sure that stuff comes out on time. Hullabaloo. Okay. Mike Morton is the last tattooed vestige of Hullabaloo. Okay, although Mike was not present at the Moon River massacre and miraculously survived. Well, if he wasn't present, then how did he miraculously survive? He did not escape unscathed. The destruction of Moon River Park mirrored the devastation of his mental state, leaving him a fragile shell. Wanted closing night. Okay, that's also the name of... Ooh, he holds... I didn't notice this in the original art. He holds the map in his hand. That's kind of cool. I think in the image he's actually holding like a different ball. Oh, okay. Surrounded by an area with 3 different sections. Each section gives its own effect for survivors on entering. So this little circle around him. Okay. He looks really cool. Very highly detailed. Oh. 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 They're in sections on the floor around him. I thought he would be able to switch between them, but no, he actually has them on the ground in parts. Red cancels item use. So if you're standing right in front of him, it cancels your item. Okay. White reduces interaction speed by 15%. So if you're standing to his right in this situation, I mean, maybe he's able to turn it around, right? But that still means you're affected if you stand to his right. Okay. Reduces interaction speed by 15% and decoding by 30%. At what point would you... Okay, this is probably going to connect to his abilities later on, but why does he decode? Like, debuff decoding. Why would you be standing right next to him? I guess he's going to be able to throw his circle. Black reduces movement speed by 15%. Okay. He must be able to, like, throw these then. Weird. That was interaction speed, I think. And that was... It lasts for 1 second after. Okay, that makes sense. Normal attacks don't deal damage. Okay. Survivors get 1 color ball based on the section where he stood. Oh, so they kind of keep an... Oh. Okay, so they don't deal damage. Once survivors get all 3 colors, normal damage will be dealt, removing all the balls. Once survivor get... Oh, so when they have all 3 balls, they take damage. That seems incredibly slow. So there must be something else he has, right? Because that's insane if that's the case. Because that will take forever for them to deal damage. Especially if you're dealing with a kiting survivor that can like make distance from you. You're just... Oof. Okay, so he has to hit 3 times before he's able to even do damage. Ball effects last for 60 seconds. There's a limit as well. Okay, and resets with each new strike. Oh, so resets the timer. Okay, that makes sense. So you have to hit within 60 seconds. Interesting. Hullabaloo moves very fast and his attacks have no recovery. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh, so he's able to go like, choo, choo, choo. Okay, he's able to turn his circle around. First ability rotates the area beneath on 120 degrees clockwise. Can repeat within 1 second before a cooldown. Okay, so you can like select which one you want to be going forwards with. So essentially whichever, if you're chasing someone directly, you get to choose which one you want to give them. So you might want to give them the slow vaulting speed first, and then maybe give them the debuff for abilities, and then whatever the black one was, like a slowdown effect, was it? I can't remember what it was. And now I understand why the decoding debuff exists, because you can give someone a ball by hitting them with the white one, and then they would decode slower, right? Was it 30%? For 60 seconds. Okay. But you would need to hit them with the right ball, the right circle first, and they would need to be standing. Because what you also do, and what you might not notice, is whenever you kite, a lot of people like to juke back, right? They like to kind of go towards the hunter. And if you notice, the circle isn't like completely to his left and right, it's slightly forwards. So if you kind of go around him a little bit, like juke him a little bit, you might get a different ball than the one he intended you to get. That is kind of cool. And I wonder, and I guess if you get the same ball again, it doesn't do anything to you, right? So you need to be paying attention which way you should be trying to like dodge him, so you can just try and avoid him stacking the 3 balls. Okay, that makes sense. Second ability places a duplicate, 42 meters max. It casts the same area and repeats the attack from a main body. What does that mean? So you can summon it. I understand that. What does it attacks? Okay, so he summons it. Oh, so it has... Does it like auto target if you're within hitbox range? Okay, that makes sense. Lasts for 10 seconds and can be relocated. Okay. Wait, I need to rewatch that later. Oh. First presence ability, dash towards an obstacle and automatically fly over it. Dash and fly? Wait, what? He does a little hop. Okay. This is kind of funny. He does a little hop over the survivor, so you can maybe place something. Whoa! What? What? Well, cool, I guess. That's random, but okay, cool. I guess it makes sense since his whole ability is just chase. He needs to be able to catch up to survivors. If not, he doesn't do damage at all, right? Because he has to hit you 3 times before he can do damage to you once. So he has to attack you 6 times before he's able to down you, or more. Because if you duke him a little bit, he might have to hit you again because you picked up the wrong ball because you already had that ball or something. So it's either 6+ hits. Interesting. But he has no attack recovery, whatever that really means. Okay, keep the 3rd ball on reset after dealing damage. Keep the 3rd ball on reset after dealing damage. So someone keeps whichever the last ball was. Okay, that means that there's some skill to him. There's already a lot of skill to him already, managing which ball and which way to hit survivors, but giving them a ball, whichever one you want them to keep for the rest of the kite, you want it to be the last ball. Okay. Yeah, he keeps the ball still. Okay. And that's it. Okay, is that his ability? Yeah, that's all. He's got some area of denial. That's very interesting. He'll try and dash here, maybe? No, okay. That's 2 balls. He jumps up. 3 balls, that's a hit. Okay. Okay, they made that look very easy, but you had to rotate the circle around yourself correctly there. You had to... Because what he did is he hit you with 1. He then rotated his circle to the next one, placed it, rotated his circle to the next one, and then placed it. So it wasn't just a summon, summon, summon hit. There was a lot of different button clicks involved in all of that, just to get 1 damage worth hit. Interesting. What I'm curious about is the cooldown on his summon ability, because it looked relatively fast in the video, but at the same time he did transition, like run all the way from what's it called, God Kite to... They cut out a lot of the distance that he covered. So that's another thing. You can mind game the ghost, because you know where the ghost's hitbox radius is. So if you kind of just stand still in a different color that you don't want, the hunter doesn't want you to stand in, and take that hit, you can just make that summon worthless, essentially, because it doesn't do damage to you. The clone attacks, oh, the clone attacks when the hunter attacks. Oh, so there's even more. Okay, I just thought it auto-attacked. Okay. So there's going to be a delay between summon. He's probably got an animation to summon the ghost, and then he has to finish the animation and then attack. So you do have time to react to it, considering that the circle is quite small. You know, the segments, you can just walk around the side of it to a different color. Because as I understand, if you have white already and you step in white and he hits you, nothing happens to you, right? You just keep the white. You don't get an extra white one, do you? You need to have one of each color. You need one of every single one, yeah. So your job as a survivor is to just continuously step into segments on the floor that he has already hit you with. So he summons something, you need to quickly look at the floor and go, okay, I have white, I need to step to white. Or if you haven't got any, then get out of the circle if you can, but if not, you know, whatever. It restarts the 60 seconds. Yeah, whenever you get hit, it restarts everything, I think, Gabby. I think that's what it said, no? I don't know how fast his attack recovery is, though, because I know he said they have no attack recovery. That doesn't actually mean he has no attack recovery. It means that the animation is not considered to be an attack recovery. So black reduces movement speed by 15%. So that helps you because it also means that it will make it more difficult for survivors to step out of your circle if they have the movement speed debuff. So that might be one that you might want to consider giving them earlier so that they can avoid it less easily. Yeah, you can place it as well on pallets. That's quite cool. So yes, he gets slowed down there. And then you get a ball. Yeah, so we see that he's picked up a red and white ball. So you notice that. You have to pay attention to that. And so now if you do get a summon on you or he comes near you, you want to do your best to get hit in either the red or the white area. He will try and hit you with the black area. So you want to like step back or kind of wherever it will take for you to go back into an area that you already have a ball for. So if he hits you here, you take damage. So forward is being stupid here. You do not want to do that. You want to step into the color that you already own. Yeah, it just resets everything. So, oh, so there we get to see his attack recovery here. There we go. That was a great example of his attack recovery. 1, 2. Yeah, it counts as almost as if you just missed a hit. Is interesting. So if you're in like an open area, he will be able to hit you pretty quickly. Oh, he can move while in attack recovery? Doesn't look like it. He just moves 70% slower. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess that makes sense. And so we said that if you attack manually with yourself, yeah. So it attacks when you attack. Okay. So he summons here. So we know that... Can we see what the survivors have? We can. At the top right. So the forward has a black ball right now. So he wants to do his best to go into the black area. So yeah, to go back into the black area. Right now he's running towards the red area. I don't think that he can see this right now. He can't see where the summon's going to be placed because I think this is only visible for the hunter. But there should be a small delay. And you of course can see that he's casting it with his hand. There is going to be a small delay between it being summoned and the hunter being able to attack. So you have like 1 second, maybe something like that, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, to like react to it and step either out of the circle if you're near the edge or into the black if you're like close to it. How much time do you have? Oh, it's pretty short. It's pretty short. Look at that time. It's almost instant. Whoa. Dash forwards. That's weird. 1 second, let me rewatch that. Slow motion. Does he press the circle button? No, he doesn't. He presses the dash. The white is still facing forwards. But he physically turns around. Oh, so does the circle not... The circle's not locked to whichever direction you're looking in. So if you just like physically turn around on yourself, the circle doesn't move. Look up to the red. look to the right, yeah? Or you can manually turn it yourself if you're going in a certain direction. I think that makes it more fun because the survivor, yeah, you've got to like predict which way the survivor's gonna go. Wow, that's really interesting. They must have taken a long time to program this because like when does it just like to be able to program the fact that he stepped and then stepped out and then back into which one that considers to be a hit for? Because yeah, that's black. Oof. If you collide with something, Gabby, I think you just jump over it. As long as the wall is high enough that you could reach a gamekeeper hookover, I think. He has no camping. No, but he has got the ability to harass from a distance, similar to a lot of different hunters. So you can slow down decoding by summoning your spirit on one of the other cipher machines and then bonking them, like interrupting their hits. And then if you give them 3 stacks, you can do damage to them. So you are able to, you might not be able to camp very well, but you're very able to slow down decoding. I don't think he has. Well, his camp is his ability to negate abilities, I guess, technically. That's something. What do you think happens if you stand in the middle? Well, you can't. You physically can't stand in the middle because because that's where he is. His hunter radius blocks you. What happens if you stand 1 foot on one side or 1 foot on the other? I guess it's whichever side has the bigger center of mass. So survivors have a lot of interesting counterplay because you need to be paying attention to where the circle is, how you can like juke him. Oh, it does seem to move slowly too. Do you see that? Is that? Yeah, the circle is moving slowly on its own, or maybe not. Nix, if you were playing up against this new hunter, which survivor would you use? If I was good at playing Batter, I'd probably play Batter here. But honestly, I probably would play Puppeteer, or I would play Psychologist, because he has to hit you. Let's do the maths quickly. 3 for 1 hit, 2 for a second hit, and wait, you have to keep the last one, and then 2 another time. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has to hit you 7 times. 7 times to down a Psychologist in the beginning. Or Emma Gardner. Something like that would work. Maybe something like Forward if you just want to transition away from him if you're first kite, but why would he chase you if you're a Forward? Playing a Seer to be able to help your teammates out. As soon as you know he's going to summon, you can just go, whee, whatever she does, and then just speed away. It's very difficult to hit survivors that can move left and right very quickly because he obviously depends on predicting which way you're going to move to be able to give you the right ball. Ento, I feel like Ento might not be too good because she's more predictable about where she's going to be. Yes, Perfumer might struggle against this hunter. One of the few hunters Perfumer might struggle again because she might get her abilities negated and she won't be able to perfume back again. So yeah, I think with Perfumer, you would definitely need to focus more on doing the kind of delay tactics with her perfumes. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a Perfumer main, so you guys probably know more about this than I do, but you just don't want to risk getting the negation ability in close range. I hope you guys enjoyed this mini stream that we were doing. I'll see you guys around, and I'm looking forward to seeing this hunter in game. Bye-bye.